Central Bank continuing FIM month of activities. Yes, and of course, this October month here over the years has been designated as one of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, they in fact share information about financial literacy. And we are here at NCR right now. But of course, and say a pleasant good morning to my guest. Good morning to you.
Good
Good morning,
morning,
Hammer.
Hammer.
All
It's a
right, so
pleasure.
it's a pleasure here. So I'm speaking to your name, ma'am.
My name is Vonus Richardson, branch manager.
Okay, and yeah,
I'm Debbie Gomes James, sales consultant for NCI.
okay, and you are
And you are senior officer.
NCI household name in Anguilla, household name across the sub region as well. Bernice and Debbie and Mr. Ham. We were aware of that. Let's speak a bit about NCI. Bernice, what is NCI?
NCI, I can give you a little history on
Yes.
NCI before we
Mm.
proceed. NCI has been incorporated since 1973.
Mhm.
We have just passed our 50th anniversary, and NCI is a member of the National Bank group of companies.
Mhm.
The aim was to establish a locally owned company which would provide reliable insurance protection for ordinary citizens, citizens like you, Hammer,
Mhm.
Lloyd,
Mr. Pickering,
Mr.
all of us are right
Pickering,
here.
right,
So yeah, ordinary people.
right,
Ordinary
right.
people. Mhm.
Um, our company's strength lies in the quality and depth of our products, longevity, staff, and our ability to deliver superior customer service to all clients.
Mhm.
We ensure that our customers
Mhm.
are well satisfied.
Okay. Mhm. So that is well. Go ahead. Continue.
NCI focuses on three imperative aspects of development. One, personal, personal and practice,
Mhm.
and as a hallmark of our commitment to service excellence, where each customer is dealt with promptly and courteously in an environment of trust and confidentiality. NCI is NCI primarily markets its services individual and group life, health, pension, motor, personal, property casualty insurance such as contractors all risks, travel, liability insurance in St. Kitts, Nevis, Angola.
Okay.
We operate from four strategic locations
Mhm.
across the region. Our head office is at St. Kitts
Mhm.
with two branches, one in Nevis and the other in Anguilla. And here we are today at the Anguilla branch.
All right. Okay. So, what distinguishes NCI from other insurance companies? I mean, we have insurance, there's insurance, and there's more insurance across the region, across Anguilla. We have those here for sure. What makes NCI so special?
We are special because we have very attractive rates, prompt claim settlement, and we have the competitive edge over our different competitors.
Mhm.
We have sales reps that most of the other companies do not have. So we have the competitive edge,
Mhm.
and most of our customer service is second to none.
And I believe with 50 years experience in the business, that places you in good stead, really to understand the needs of the customers as well.
That's right.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's right.
A bit about the products being offered here. You mentioned some a while ago, but some more detail about the offerings of
Yeah.
NCI for our listeners and viewers.
Good morning again.
Mhm.
Yes, we offer various plans, life plans, which comes in retirement. We offer motor, property, medical insurance, and pension plans also, which comes under our life insurance.
Mhm. Okay, and for persons wishing to, I mean, these services are kind of offered across Anguilla, but a bit more about the uniqueness of your product.
We have a plan that we call the quinquennial bonus plan
Mhm.
endowment. This is very different. I
Mhm.
don't think anybody in Anguilla sells this plan. It has a lot of different benefits. For example, the 20-year endowment plan. Lots of customers they are gravitating towards that. It can be used as an education fund and a retirement plan. I'll just speak about it a bit, dissect it. It's a 20-year plan. So you can decide, I want to insure for $100,000 EC, right? And when you do that, the plan is for 20 years. So you come in, you purchase, and you receive periodic payments. So every 5 years, you'll be able to benefit. You collect 25% of your sum insured, bearing in mind the policy is for 20 years. So when 20 years up, so for example, the first 5 years, you'll receive $25,000 EC. The 10th year, the 15th year, and the 20th year, $25,000 EC. That's if you insure for $100,000, because that's 25% of that, right? And at the end of the 20th year, you receive your sum insured and the final periodic payment of the $25,000. So, for example, over a 20-year period, you would have or should have saved $200,000 EC, right? And for example, somebody might say, but now if I enter a financial catastrophe in which we will never know when it will occur, but we take care of that because this same policy has a cash value. So let's say, for example, you would have received your first 25,000, your second 25,000 on the 10th year, and on the 12th year, for some reason, you cannot continue. Now you can cash in your policy and receive a cash value because this plan has a cash value attached also. So we will say, okay, you cannot, I understand, you can cash in and your 25,000 and your 25, and then in the 12th year, you now would receive your cash value, which could be 24,000, $30,000, whatever it is at that point in time. So it doesn't mean we would hope that you can endure the 20 years and receive your full $200,000. But if it happens that you cannot continue, we have you covered for that, right? So it's a beautiful plan. We use it for children as an education fund. A lot of parents, they're taking it out for the children. And you might want to say, well, how much would this cost? I know people would be wondering that.
Yeah, the premium cost, I mean, it sounds fancy.
Yes, it is.
Also really true. But,
yes, and
true,
it is true because the first time I sold it, I'll just tell you, I mean, insurance is fun.
Yeah.
I am the sales consultant, but my job is a lot of fun. So I called the gentleman, the policyholder, for his first $25,000. I couldn't get him. I said, it's here, a whole month plus. The check was still there. We don't want to be responsible. I called him again. I know it's okay. I know you have it. I'm just thinking what I really should do with it, right? And I said, okay, I understand that. And I mean, we're talking real. Next thing you know, I checked Facebook and the guy was married. I said, okay, I understand. He did not want that money, to get mixed up in his wedding plans. Because you know, weddings can cost us, especially the female want to go above and beyond. So he kept that there until after. So he knew that he was going to secure it. And right now, he's up. I said I was going to check. Anytime now, he should be receiving his other 25,000.
25,000.
Yes.
Wow.
And the cost for that one, if you buy 100,000, is 750 something EC a month. Now, yes, EC, because you're gonna receive 200,000 EC. Now, I like to start up there so you can see. Listen, I can get 200,000 at the end of it. But I quickly say, if you cannot afford that, you will determine how much you will spend. So if that is too much, you tell me. If you want to spend $300 a month, I got you covered. I will calculate, and there you can go.
So what are the qualifying conditions now to get together on parts like this? What they have to do? What's required of me as someone in the market for insurance?
Okay, well, you'll come into the office. We'll do all our applications, our compliance forms and everything, our IDs. But I will say good health. Most times we try not to turn away anyone. There's something called a substandard risk. Let's say if you come with pre-existing conditions, whether it's blood pressure, hypertension, or heart issues, or whatever it is. We try our best not to turn away anybody, especially sometimes if it's attached to a loan. We want you to get your loan. But you will have to pay a higher premium. We call it a substandard premium for a substandard risk. Your risk is not normal. But we still want to, as I say, we don't want to turn away anybody. So you come in and you do, sometimes you may have to take a medical. That is for the life insurance. Our medical insurance, we don't, no medicals at all. Some companies ask you to do a medical, we don't ask you. Yeah.
Oh.
So you decide, Debbie, I only gonna spend $250 a month. I said that's fine, and I will get you your figure.
And the amounts is the same. The 20,000 remain the same, or it goes down?
It depends on how much you want to insure for. I use $100,000 so people can smile and say, yeah, that 200,000 sounds really good, But if it's too much, the 700 something is too much, then you can say, Debbie, I want to do 50,000. Right? And then you would receive 12,500 periodic payments every 5 years because we call it the 20-year endowment with quinquennial bonus. Quinquennial means occurring every 5 years.
On this program. Um, Shopping for insurance now will come in today. Hearing what you're saying here, will come and ask for what again? You'll ask for
20-year endowment with quinquennial bonus. Some say the plan where I get the money every 5 years. I will understand what you mean. So
Okay.
you don't have to remember that fancy name. You just pick out something of what I've said, and trust me, I will know what you're speaking about.
So
Because
that's
we have a lot of different plans,
so
but
that's a
that
very
is the
popular
one.
It's a popular plan
Yes.
as well.
It's
That's the
becoming
reason why.
popular in this office. We
Yes.
don't know
Very
about
popular.
out there.
And as I said, you can use it for children education fund. For example, if you want to insure your child for $20,000 EC, every periodic payments now will be 25%, every
Yeah.
5,000 every 5 years, up to 20 years. So that child would have received $40,000 over a 20-year period. Because when the 20 years up, that's the end of the
That's it.
policy. It matures.
It's a term.
Immature. Oh,
Yes,
so
it's a term. Yeah, 20-year. Yeah.
So can you roll over the?
No, that's the end of it, and you can start again. Like I have a customer. I never thought of it that way. She did same, and that one costs $152 EC for the $20,000 for the children. And the maximum you can insure the child for is $60,000 EC, right? And right now, I just had an applicant. He did for the child maximum $60,000, and he paid for the full year. You can do that.
The term will remain the same.
What will remain the same? The
When you
premium?
roll over.
No, it doesn't roll over.
You have to
It
renew
ends.
It is a term policy.
20 years.
20 years, that's it ends. But
Yeah.
I was gonna say, there's this customer who did the same 152 a month for 20,000 for her child. She did it, and then 2 years, the first 2.5 years, she came back for another one, so that she'd be receiving money every 2.5 years. So she was smart. So she has two policies for her daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the question that you might have been asking is about the rollover. I think age plays a factor in that as well.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
after that period,
After
I
20
mean,
years?
the age also increases, and
Yeah.
age also affects.
The
That's what I
premium.
wanted to get
The
out.
premium.
That one, no, it just doesn't roll over.
No, it's no rollover.
Uh-huh.
But if you're getting a new one,
You want to renew?
yes, you
Yeah.
want to get a
And
new
the-
one.
Yeah.
The
Right.
terms are going to be
With
different.
the age. So 20 years from now, if somebody were to do it when they were 20 and they're now 40,
That's still a good
Oh,
age.
that,
getting
but
a new one, right, will the age factor will cause it to be
More expensive.
yeah. Oh, in
All
terms
of
in
it.
terms
All
of your
of it.
premium, in
Will
terms
be
of yeah,
different.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, in terms of your premium. The other policies premium, yeah. Mhm.
Life insurance is one of your products you have here too. You mentioned a while ago as well. And how does that work here?
Okay, so this one that I was speaking about is a form of life insurance, but just it's the one that really, because we have different plans. We have the whole life limited
Yeah.
to age 60 male and the 63 female.
Okay.
We have the endowment to age 60, 63, depends. We have the same quinquennial bonus, the plan, and we have term insurance. We have other policies, but these are the ones that customers gravitate to because my job is to
Yeah.
put them out there and guide them as to what to purchase, but they, in the end, they decide what they want.
And Mr. Pickering, some years ago, I recall you at a press conference many years ago, and you spoke about life insurance and how it worked for you back then. You could have gone to the insurance and draw down from that insurance.
Yeah.
That has stuck with me over the years. That
Yeah.
talk years ago you spoke about that.
I have
Yes.
insurance even with hair.
Yeah.
Pickering was one of our first sales consultants.
Okay,
Yes,
Pickering?
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. So those insurance policies that you offer allow you to draw down on your life insurance.
Sure. Everyone that I mentioned here, it has
The
a cash
characters.
value attached. You said you can draw down, or we call it returns, or we call it savings. On the endowment one, the savings begins on the second year. So if you decide to take out the policy, because this endowment to age 60, it means that if you insure for 100,000 or 50,000 or whatever the sum insured might be, when you reach age 60, the male, you receive the sum insured,
Oh.
right? You receive, and if again, I say, if you, for some reason, financial catastrophe again hit, and you didn't make it to age 60, it has a cash value. So you can
Oh.
say, Debbie, I really want to continue now, but something happened. I say, okay, check the system. Okay, but you have $40,000. You can just cash out and you get your 40,000.
Oh, yeah.
So
life insurance?
yeah, every one of them has, and there's a loan too. That same 40,000, let's say at that point, there's you can borrow against the 40,000. So you may say, what's my cash value? I may say, okay, it's $30,000 right now. I don't want to borrow all of it. I just want 15,000. Whether you're going on a whatever you're doing with it, you don't have to tell me. But
Uh-huh.
some people get so excited they just say what
Take
they
all the
got to
money,
say,
all the money.
right? And they decide, okay, I'll just take maybe 15,000, or I'll take 30,000, and you pay it back at 8% interest per annum. right?
As
And
if
we,
you're
we
taking a loan.
yeah. So we're
And
gonna
get
say
your money?
that's another
Against-
benefit.
against your own money?
Yeah, some
Yes, you
people
can take a
say,
loan.
but let me tell you, I think where you're coming from. Some people say, "Oh, it's my own money. Why do I have to pay it back at 8%? I even pay it back at all." The thing is, it's your policy, but you would have taken it out for the benefit of your beneficiary. So we are protecting, that money for the beneficiary, especially if it's children, right?
Oh.
So you have to pay it back, and if in event you die, it is minus from the sum insured of the beneficiary. Yeah. So we encourage you to pay it back. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, agree. Yes. So in terms of requirements now, if I come to purchase life insurance, what do I need to do to work with? What's required?
You will have to walk with your compliance, just like the bank, your IDs, your proof of address, and the forms that you have to fill. We'll have it here, and we'll interview you, and we fill the forms. You pay your premium, whatever I tell you it would be, because that is it starts the process. You must pay, because some companies they don't they pay after us. They do different, but with us you have to pay a premium
An
an
application.
application. That is the vehicle for it to start the process, and depends on how much you're taking. You have to do medicals, right? Because the higher the risk, the more medicals, whether EKG, chest X-ray, and so on. And depends on what it is, you don't have to take any medicals at all. And if you have pre-existing conditions, yes, we will insure you. But as I spoke about the substandard risk, you have to pay a higher premium, and you'll have to go and do a medical at our expense. We pay for the medicals.
All right, and Lloyd, I see some questions coming through there for me somewhere. Please look around for me and see if you can see the questions.
Okay.
I can, just in case. All right, now, let's go across to the gentleman here. Brother, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
And again, your role here at your job here at NCI.
I'm senior officer and I handle mainly claims, claims on group,
Okay.
group claims and also claims for property and motor.
So you're adjuster, basically?
I am an adjuster.
Oh, that's a big job. Adjuster, okay. So I mentioned adjuster, but let them know what that entails. Adjusters in insurance companies, you do. You go and assess the value of the asset. What do you do?
Well, from a claims point of view, adjusting involves completing or doing assessments, doing inspection on damaged property.
Property, yeah.
Property being motor,
Yeah.
motor vehicle, property being a house, right? Any type of property. We look at the damage, make the assessments. We also get other persons involved, such as in the case of a vehicle, a mechanic, or we could have an architect or someone, let's say a Smith coming to do some further assessment on property, right? They in turn will give us an idea as to the cost of the damage, the extent, that's the estimate. We'll also allow our customer, right, or third party client or first party client to provide their own estimate, or we can do it for them depending on the circumstance. Right? And that way we meet and we discuss how we can settle a claim for that individual or individuals based on the circumstance. Because I mean, it could be a situation whereby there is an accident that involves more than one person is being injured. Our client is at fault, and so we'll have to take care of those individuals as well.
Okay. Motor vehicle insurance are offered here at this company as well. You do
Certainly.
motor as well. So that's a big chunk of the business, motor insurance.
Well, we are working on that. We are working to try and get it up to par. We know that there are some competitors in the market
Life
who are
insurance.
doing fairly well, and we are doing our part to get there and enjoy what they're enjoying as well. What we have are some very competitive rates for third party and comprehensive insurance. And we are also looking to do further work in terms of advertising that, so that the populace Anguilla would know what we have on show, what we have to offer.
In terms of premiums for car insurance, how does it really work based on the age of the applicant? How does it really work? So the driving history.
But you touched on a couple of things. Take for instance, if you're below the age of 25, there might be some penalty, so to speak, that will be attached to it. And if you're over the age of 70, right, there might also be an increase in your premium because of age. And however, when you're say between the age of 26 to, or let's say 25 to 69, it's a different story. It's considered normal, so to speak. So our rate will affect you normally, whereas a younger driver or an elder driver will be different.
All right. So if you're younger, then there are penalties because you have a safeguard against youngsters. The perception of youngsters might be a little more on the road, a little
Well,
more. You know,
is
yeah.
it perception or has it been proven to be?
Over the
that?
years, yeah, yeah, yes.
So I mean, and don't get me wrong, we also look out for younger drivers too,
Okay.
right? Because not everybody is the same, and you know sometimes perception can affect a
Yes.
particular group,
Yeah, of course.
right? So we do what we can to work with individuals so that we can provide an affordable premium for them to be part of our institution.
Persons in the market for home insurance right now. I mean, why should we choose NCI? I mean, if you're in the market for home insurance right now, building insurance, why should NCI be your option, your first choice?
Well, take for instance, right now, one of the main concerns that we have within the diaspora, within Anguilla, is expense, cost, how much we have to pay. Our rate currently is better than any other on island. Yes, and that's a guarantee, right?
Guaranteed.
Yes,
We have the most attractive rates.
our rate
Yeah, Angola.
is
Yeah.
better than anyone else. So therefore, I mean, that alone speaks for itself. As was mentioned, in terms of customer service and tips, we can also fill that gap and fill it out quite reliably in terms of being able to offer the service that is required to our customers.
Oftentimes, with insurance, after incidents, hurricane, weather events, accidents, medical issues, there's some persons who complain. Some are very happy. Some say, insurance company may have done me this, done me that. A bit about the adjusters process. How does it really work? If my property is insured for, let's say, $100,000, and I receive some damage, how does it really work? The formulas that you go into adjusting.
Well, in relation to settling a claim,
Yes.
right? First, we want to make sure that you are okay,
Okay.
right? And then we go into the business of finding out what went wrong, right? What happened, and we have our guy coming to take a look, and we usually do that, right? Because you're saying let's assume it's a hurricane.
Hurricane, yeah.
So then
But
we know that there will be damage and we have to go, but we get there and we try to perform a quick assessment because we don't want your property to remain open. And we'll also advise you to try and do your best to mitigate your circumstances if you can, right? But we would have get our estimates done. We would ask you to do the same. Now, the sooner those can be done, the better. Normally, we have a 2-week window in which to turn around claims.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So the sooner we can work together to achieve that, the sooner payment can be done. I mean, it depends on the circumstances. There might be some information that might be needed, and these will be put to you, these will be asked of you. But we'll work with you in order to try and get your settlement done fairly, right, and in a prompt time frame.
So we get the impression that claims are settled here quickly at NCI.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
That's how it's done. Yes. Okay.
The medical claims, we settle medical claims between 1 to 10 days.
That's another area here, medical in Anguilla. That's a big area too in Anguilla where people always complain about insurance companies, and maybe it's understanding of how the policy works. But in Anguilla, people oftentimes are complaining about insurance companies not doing right by them. How does yours work? Insurance, your health insurance comes. So
They are saying that we are not doing the
not you,
proper
but insurance companies across the board.
insurance
sometimes,
companies
yeah.
because you see that is a lack of education. With National Caribbean Insurance, we do our best to inform or educate our clients or customers when they come in
Yes.
with regards to medical, life, or whatever product we are selling, right? So when they submit a claim, probably they are expecting 100%.
I think so.
No, it doesn't work like that.
No.
There are certain illnesses or diagnosis, whatever you come in with, there is a cap.
Oh,
Okay,
there's a cap.
yeah, there is a cap. So you'll find that only a percentage of that illness will be paid. There are also deductibles that are taken out.
Deductibles.
Yes,
Meaning, tell me, what does that
the
mean?
deductible that is the monies that the customer will be responsible for.
Okay, deductibles. Okay.
Yes.
And it's
No.
usually very small.
Small. Yes. Yeah.
And the copay too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And other-
Question: do you insure for medical persons over 70?
No,
No.
sir. That's a
No.
no.
Age of entry is 58.
is the max.
58. Yeah.
What happened to
Anything
next
over
birthday?
58, yeah.
Okay, so if I'm insured, I'm 60. When the when will you cut me off? At what age will you cut me off under your
75.
75?
Yes, 75.
So at some point, the insurance it goes, it ends. Okay.
Yes, yes.
The latest anyone can insure medically is at
Age 58. 58.
58.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, 58.
So even if you're a long-standing customer of the company, insurance companies, and you turn 75, the service ends. You have to
Yeah.
end. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's treated the same. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when it comes to, we're gonna hit on life insurance. I think you were asking Cleo about in terms of motor, if we are,
Yeah.
I can't recall, but in terms of the life insurance,
Mhm.
I think Vanisti said lately we are in terms of the market share. In terms
Oh,
of life
for
insurance.
the life insurance, we are number one. We
Yeah,
have
number one.
yeah,
And
the
then
market,
I wanted you to
market
say it
share.
because you told me.
This came from Financial Services Commission.
Mhm.
We are number one.
We're
Our
number
market
one.
share for life insurance is number one.
Number one.
So all the
Yes.
other companies are, they're not number one.
So
But
you're saying that this company here offers the product that he offers for life insurance is number one in Angola.
yeah, in terms of insurance, most people, we have
The premium income is
yeah.
the highest.
All right. So back to medical now, because I mean, I think it's important for people to understand how it really works, because maybe, as you said earlier, for this, it's education, and because they don't understand that it's a cap that's in there.
Right.
Sometimes
So
people,
each
yeah.
time there's a claim and they
Mhm.
don't understand, we try to educate them. We try to show them how their claim was settled.
Mhm.
And even if they don't understand, we have to. There's a form that comes with the check,
Okay.
and it tells you what your total benefit, how much money is left on your account
Mhm.
that you can claim for.
Okay.
But what I would like to put out to the general public, I realize that businesses, they are not, I don't know, I shouldn't say they are not conscious, but they should be more serious in terms of insuring their employees.
Mhm.
Medical insurance is very, very important.
So you offer group insurance.
We offer group insurance. We have a very good policy. It is an 80-20 policy, which covers groups. The maximum we insure a group, or the minimum number of persons, is five.
Five,
Five.
yeah.
500 group?
Five.
Minimum or maximum?
Minimum.
What does that come with?
Well,
Dental,
the coverage.
All
The
plans.
policy-
Go ahead, sorry.
The policy covers dental, vision, your ambulance, or if you have to go overseas, you have to refer by a doctor here first. We must have some history pertaining to your illness, and this policy covers you anywhere in the world. If you have to go anywhere in the US for consultation or hospitalization, we have a third party administration in the US where they will take care of you, the bills, and they will we'll refund them.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't have a problem with regards to going overseas, because we have all people out there who will look out for you.
So group insurance is one I'm pushing right now here, and
Yes.
how can businesses sign up for this right now? What do you do? What's needed? What's required?
Okay, there is a form that the head of the group or the owner of the business, they will have to complete. And these two forms, one is we are asking for the age, the date of birth of the individual employee, how long they've been working with the employer.
Okay.
And there's another form that they have to complete, just giving us a background of what the company entails.
Okay.
Okay?
would that determine the premium of the business?
Yes, it does. If you have a group and you have retirees, people who work there and have retired, and they are still working with the company, they can be insured in that
Insured as
group
well.
insurance, yes.
As long as they are under 58?
No, they're already in the company.
They're there.
Sometimes they are already insured, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
May I say we are in group now, individual. In terms of individual insurance, I would like to encourage all Anguillians, to get individual insurance. I often tell them the private sector see it fit to have medical insurance for their staff. The government
The same.
do the same.
They have that. Yeah.
So it is, why are they spending all this extra money to do that? It shows you it's very, very important. So the individuals, whether it's a preschool teacher or whoever, you need to at least come and inquire or call regarding life insurance. I'll just give you an idea. Let's say, for example, a child, because everything determines cost. You stay away, oh, it's expensive, I can't afford it. No, just call, come in, I'll be delighted, I will be delighted to just explain to you how it works. For example, just the other day, a family member is a baby, about 5 months old. I said, listen, you need to take out medical insurance on this child. They did. I encouraged them, family members, so I make sure everything happened. They pay the premium and everything. The child is in the hospital today.
What?
Yeah, the child. So it is like you can't determine, you don't know. You just need to do it. And the premium for that, may I say, 92 Anguilla dollars. Well, let me say Anguilla dollars. Anguilla the US a lot. EC, right? 92 EC dollars. Our plan, you were asking what it covers. We call it a comprehensive major medical plan. It's comprehensive. Everything is included. So for the child, if cost is a factor, someone might be able to afford it. So I'll say, listen, you don't have to put on dental, you don't have to put in vision, which will total like $29 EC. Just do insure for the basic, which covers everything, like hospital visits, surgery, medication, everything. So 92 EC dollars. So now that child is in the hospital, maybe on the third day going, and the hospital bills will be paid. As we say, we have a cap, whatever it is. So get out there, call, because one thing I'll say again, and then maybe somebody else can speak, is that Anguillians are accustomed to, like, let me go to the church, let me go to the government, let me go to my family member who got his big job and so on for help. We don't need to help you. I always say tough love. You were told, you know about it, but you taking your $92 and doing what you want with it and think that I supposed to, I'm straight. I supposed to take care of you. No, when I'm struggling to pay my own premiums for me and my family, but you just decide you just hanging around and doing what you want. So it's unfair. Calling and coming, 92 EC dollars.
Can take care of that for you?
Yeah. But that's what the lady paid, and the child is in the hospital now. 92 EC.
Oftentimes, persons are sick at the hospital and need to be flown out. And sometimes you're there for days, you're suffering too because there's no insurance and you have to wait on the government or somebody to help you out. And it can be an ordeal for family members. I've seen it time and time already.
Right, because the first thing they ask, let's say you got to go to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is asking, what kind of insurance or what's the name of your insurance company?
Yes.
So at that time, now you got to be like this because you don't have it. No, so you know what I mean? As you say, they will have to stay in Anguilla longer.
Longer in Anguilla.
Because to raise fund in the GoFundMe, I didn't hit that. No. The GoFundMe takes forever. Yeah.
And even the government guarantee, the government backing takes a while too.
Right.
It doesn't happen one time. But the insurance now, it happens seamlessly, quickly. You have insurance, you're covered, you can fly.
And anybody can go anywhere with you, because guess what? They know you got insurance and they're responsible to sign. When they sign in, all I need to know is make sure insurance up to date. They're happy because they're on me.
So again, the cost of that section, that segment is what? Tell me again, to have that?
For the child, anybody under 18 and a child under 18, 92 EC dollars. If you want dental and vision, it's an additional $29. Policy fee of $4 EC. And I'm telling you again, we are the cheapest. Let me use that term. We are the cheapest. It doesn't mean that the benefits are not good. It's just way better than even some of the other companies that, costing you this, exorbitant.
And your age determine the rest of it, the premiums or otherwise?
Yeah, we do the medical in blocks. In blocks. So maybe you got from age 19 to 24. That's the block. For example, a male in between there will cost a male between 139 EC. Imagine that, between age 19 to 24, 139 EC dollars. That's
small money. Small change.
Head office in St. Kitts, EC dollar. We don't deal with the US where it's gonna be expensive. Some companies, because they're US based, it's expensive.
You're covered. And someone said, that's great, man. One of our Americans, that's great stuff.
It's a good policy. It's a good policy.
Okay,
now,
so first, go ahead.
With that same policy, if you have to go to, say, Hughes Medical Center for the first time or the hospital, your policy has a deductible of $250. You have to pay that $250 before, right? Once you clear that $250, your deductible for the year, then you're clear to go.
You can spend.
Mhm.
You're covered.
You're covered.
You're covered.
Because with insurance, you're always responsible for something.
Because
Everything is not on the company.
No.
You're
If
responsible.
that $250 is not paid, then it will be taken out of your claim.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, we'll end it now, but before we go though, information as to how to get around to this company, how can person contact you? I'm sure I'm seeing several persons here are very interested, very excited about what they heard today on the program. How can persons contact NCI?
It's best you contact Debbie, who's a sales rep. Tell them Debbie.
497-2865 or 497-5865 is the office number. My cell is 476-5353.
Email address? Yeah, please.
Debbie V at sknanb.com.
Okay, and you're online too? You're online?
Well,
The
pretty much
website
very
is
same
under
thing.
construction.
We are currently revamping, as she
Yeah.
pointed out, the website,
Mhm.
so we are definitely online. You'll find us.
You'll find you did.
The
We're not
information
hard
is
to
out,
find.
right?
And even if you see me anywhere, just call me, hail out to me. I'll be happy to answer questions there and then
So
we
you
can
work,
meet.
you work every day, you work weekends too?
Every day,
You're on
all
the job
day,
24/7.
anytime. Yeah.
Alright.
Just in the event.
You know that song, Holiday?
Holiday.
No, she doesn't take one.
He says
She's
still
on
on the
holiday.
job.
She's
He stays on the
Yes.
job. That's a good
Yeah.
thing. Alright.
In the event,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah, there are people who are still saying they don't know about National Cabin Insurance. They don't know where it is.
You know what it is?
So I'm telling them,
Location,
if
yeah.
they want to come to National Caribbean
Yeah.
Insurance, they should first look at Digicel,
Yeah.
and the
next door.
office is located just next on the
Digicel.
right-hand side of Digicel, or
West of the post
west
office.
of the post
Post
office.
office.
Prestige I think they
Yeah.
utilized the space
Prestige
before.
Yeah.
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 Right in here.
That green and white
Green and
building,
white building. You'll find it for sure. Yeah. And your opening hours are, tell me, you're open from
8:30
uh-huh.
to 4:30,
All right.
and we work through the lunch hour.
Lunch hours.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you again. I'll be speaking to your name again.
Varnes Richardson,
Type.
and I'm the branch manager for
Uh-huh.
Anguilla,
For National Caribbean.
National Caribbean Insurance Anguilla.
Okay, and you,
Debbie, sales consultant for National Insurance.
and you, sir?
and I'm senior officer, and when it comes to insurance, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
A great note to end on. And folks, this has been another in the series of the FIM Road Shows be brought to you by the Eastern Caribbean Central Banking. And we were here, in fact, we are ending our session here at NCI. And they're celebrating the 50 years of service to the people of Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis. And you heard of the good news about all the goodies they have here for you at this location. And I'm seeing you have lots of stuff here. Is this for the customers?
Certainly.
Showcasing? Yeah?
Except the piggy banks.
That's what I'm doing? Yeah, okay, so come today and they're open and serving, stop by today and you'll be able to get some of these goodies for yourself as well. So thank you. We were here with Lloyd Guns of Lloyd's Live, also the Anguillan newspaper and here, and Mr. Colin Pickman of KCN Television. We appeared here for ACCB as part of the FIM month of activities.